Welcome to the Association for Career and Technical Education's 2021 Virtual CTE Month School Visit. I'm Amanda English, ACTE's 2021 Teacher of the Year from Metro Technology Center in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and am your host for today's visit. We're excited to be holding the event in conjunction with ACTE's National Policy Seminar this year, as well as sharing it with policymakers, partners, and other CTE stakeholders from around the country. Each year, ACTE hosts this visit during CTE Month to celebrate all that CTE has to offer students, businesses, and communities. Whether in a comprehensive high school, career academy, community college, or other CTE center like where we will be today, CTE is the backbone of American economy and is preparing students for college and career success. Programs like the ones you'll tour today are ground zero for this important work and have never been more important to our country. As we begin to emerge from the pandemic and focus on getting Americans safely back to work, CTE programs will have a critical role to play. While we love to visit CTE programs in person, our virtual format this year allows us to travel to Butler County, Ohio, where we will visit Butler Tech, one of the largest career and technical education districts in the nation. After the tour of the school, we'll have a question and answer session with all the leaders from Butler Tech that appear in the tour. I encourage you all to post questions in the chat throughout the presentation, and they will be happy to answer them at the end. To begin today, I'd like to introduce Senator Rob Portman from Ohio, co-chair of the Senate CTE Caucus, who will welcome us to Butler Tech. Then we will proceed directly to the tour.
Hi, I'm U.S. Senator Rob Portman. I'm pleased to be speaking with you all today at the ACTE National Policy Seminar featuring Butler Tech in my own home state of Ohio. I wish I could be with you together in person, but I'm definitely with you in spirit. I'm the co-founder and co-chair of what's called the Senate CTE Caucus, so I know your work to advance CTE training programs has been essential to ensuring students can get the skills training they need to fill the jobs of today and tomorrow, and the results speak for themselves. Currently, there are over 79 career pathways in 16 different career clusters, and 92% of high school students take part in some form of career technical education. That's fantastic. We also know that career tech students have a lower dropout rate. In fact, CTE students have a graduation rate of 95%, which is 10% higher than the national average. CTE schools like Butler Tech produce highly skilled graduates ready to go to work. I've had the great honor of visiting Butler Tech and seeing that in person. In short, CTE works. Our goal now should be to ensure more individuals of all ages can get access to this kind of skills training. Currently, we use Pell Grants to help expand access for college-level education for Americans with lower income levels. That's a good thing. The Bipartisan Jobs Act, which I've co-authored with Senator Tim Kaine, would allow us to do the same thing with shorter-term training programs that end up with an industry-recognized credential. These kinds of workforce training programs provide students with the academic and technical skills, knowledge, and training necessary to succeed in so many careers that are out there just looking for workers. It's imperative that we expand access to them to ensure that our economy can grow as we emerge from the current slowdown caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. So I want to thank ACTE for their support of the Jobs Act, other important legislation that we've focused on to try to help with career and technical training. And I want to thank all of you for your hard work in helping to move our country forward. Enjoy your virtual visit to Butler Tech. You're going to be impressed, as I have been. Together, we'll continue to transform the lives of our students and of our economy and our country. Godspeed.
Pardon the interruption, passengers. We are currently at 37,000 feet. I want to welcome you to Butler Tech Airlines, where we're serving over 16,000 students, having them reach their fullest potential. Your in-flight entertainment for this evening is a new documentary titled The Education Revolution, which you'll hear about later today. With 5 campuses, we'll be landing very soon. And our students have a 99% graduation rate on those campuses, by the way. With our 11 associate school districts, we serve almost 370 square miles in Southwest Ohio, which is the size of San Antonio, which you flew over earlier on our flight. Our students, whether they're heading to the military or into the workforce or choosing a post-secondary option, the seating is fabulous here on Butler Tech Airlines, and we look forward to a smooth ride. We're going to be landing pretty soon, so make sure that you have your 1700 industry credentials to exit the flight.
Thank you everyone for flying with us today. My name is John Graft. I'm the Superintendent and CEO of Butler Tech, and welcome to the Education Revolution.
Every state's CTE structure differs. In Ohio, we have career and technical centers, various career and technical campuses, and the use of satellite programming that's embedded with the buildings of our associate school districts. On Butler Tech campuses, students develop their technical expertise combined with rigorous academic coursework in their core classes. This allows our campuses to educate the whole child and encourage lifelong learning. Often, campuses are designed around a specific career cluster or pathway that aligns with a local and national labor market need. Our Bioscience Campus prepares students to enter the frontline workforce directly or to expand their healthcare experience at the collegiate level. Last year, Butler Tech students took over 500 dual enrollment courses, earning over 3,000 college credits, and at the same time earned $6.8 million in scholarships. Through partnerships with colleges and universities, our students earned another 2,900 college credits through the Career and Technical Assurance Guidelines, which are specific to their career pathway. By grouping alike pathways, a campus can focus on work-based learning experiences, apprenticeships, externships, and internships with businesses like AstraZeneca, ThyssenKrupp, and Cincinnati's premier hospitals. Let's check in with our student ambassador, Leslie, and one of our two presidential scholars, Menahil Haroon, at the Bioscience Campus.
Our first stop is the Bioscience Campus. This is home to everything medical related. We have exercise science, healthcare science, dental science, and Project Lead the Way biomedical science at this campus. Located off of Highway 75, there are tons of nearby hospitals that offer our students internships.
Hi, my name is Menahil Haroon, and I'm a senior in the PLTW Biomedical Sciences program. We offer various different types of coursework. It involves the human body systems as well as genetics and many other aspects of medicine and science, including epidemiology. The culture is very diverse. You'll see people from different backgrounds. There's people who want to go into nursing. There's people who want to go into not even medicine. They want to go into maybe judicial sciences or become a lawyer, and they're still here gaining some kind of knowledge, some kind of experience from this building and from the teachers that go here.
Being agile in the global workforce, Butler Tech responds to the community and workforce needs of our 11 associate school districts by placing amazing CTE programs directly in their 7 through 12 school buildings. While their home school provides their core academics, satellite students often just walk upstairs or across the hall to participate in their career and technical pathway. Let's see our satellite programs in action at Lakota East High School with our Butler Tech Teacher of the Year, Nikki Drew.
Welcome, Butler Tech. This is a Lakota East High School CTE program. We are doing some problem-based solving today. We are working on knee injuries. They have the core content from sophomore year, and they are working on functional structural anatomy. If we come over here, we've got some amazing students doing taping for preventative knee health. They also would be using this in their CTSO competitions of HOSA. Over here, we're analyzing what might have happened and what injury that might have occurred. And this happens all the time in their sports world. So be able to see the problem and the injury, and then they come and diagnose what might be going on. These lovely ladies are doing a HOPC eval on an ACL injury. So once they figure out what the injury is, then we figure out how can we prevent that and how can we rehab that. So right here we have some box jumps, and what we're looking at is to make sure the knee is stable underneath the hip so we are not at risk for that ACL injury. And over here we have some gentlemen working on a rehab, working on proprioception to make sure their kinetic chain is in line, to make sure their neuromuscular connection is there, so that they're all set and ready to go and get back into their sport. Over here, we have something called the functional mover screen. And what we do here is we try to see, is their posture, balance, and alignment all set to get back on that field of play? Because what we find is their knee and ankle, if it is not completely in line, we're going to be subjected to maybe some potential injury. Over here, we have an article review on why females are more likely to suffer ACLs. So again, that adds to our preventative health and our structural and functional anatomy issue. So the three reasons that females might be more likely are because of biomechanical differences, anatomical differences, and of course, hormones. If we continue through this awesome Lakota East hallway that Butler Tech supports for us, which is a super amazing experience for these kids, if we come down this hallway, we will find Mr. Matlack's 10th grade engineering students. These awesome kids are working on their VEX projects, and they have about 2 months to work on these projects to get ready for their competitions. Some of the robotics work going on here is super impressive. Mr. Matlack does a fantastic job here at Lakota East. If you follow me across the way, another outstanding teacher is Mr. Todd Hummer, and he is doing a computer manufacturing integrated lab. He's got 11th and 12th graders. They're in here working on machines, and as you see, these are very talented, incredible kids. Mr. Hummer might be right in here. Mr. Todd Hummer, excellent educator here at Lakota East, and Butler Tech is so grateful to be able to utilize these guys here at this school.
Our students' passion, voice, and agency fuels everything we do here at Butler Tech, from programming to recruitment. When we first meet them in 8th grade, we tap into that passion all the way through their adult education experience. Let me introduce you to Matt King, our Recruitment and Retention Coordinator here at Butler Tech.
My name is Matt King, and I run the recruitment and application process for Butler Tech on the high school side. It's an exciting time here at Butler Tech. You know, last year we had roughly 3,000 applications for about 800 spots. With 11 associate schools that we serve, there's tons of recruitment that needs to happen. You know, let me talk about kind of what it is that we do here from a creative level. Every year we have what's called the Career Lab, where we bus in 8th graders to experience different programs that we have. There's different stations that get to tour the campus. They get to do little different modules, from cutting hair to kind of playing on the drums to flying some little drone simulators. Just a little taste of some of our programs that we have here at our campuses. Then in 9th grade, there's a new project where we mail our 9th graders a virtual reality goggle that we call the Butler Tech 360 experience. So we mail this to them in the mail. They get to build it, and then they put their phone in the goggle and they can experience Butler Tech in a 360 view. So they can look up, they can look down, side to side, and we gamified it. So they had to kind of collect what we call these challenge or power cells. So that's the 8th grade project, is the Career Lab. The 9th grade initiative is the goggles. Then the 10th grade initiative is what's called Career Days, which is where we bus students in to tour and experience a program for 1 hour, and then their second choice program for 30 minutes. And let me tell you, that is craziness. We have, it is a well-oiled machine though, and we bus students in. We see thousands of students over those 3 days. We had to rework it this year due to COVID, so we did a brand new initiative called Butler Tech Live. We built this software program where students could pick and choose what they wanted to see, and based upon their decisions, it took them to different videos and they could progress and highlight either through their passion or by campus. So it was a really creative way and a creative spin on the campus tours. We saw a lot of other campus tour software out there, and it was more highlighting the building, and it was a little boring. So we kind of teamed up together and said, how can we advertise our programs and our environment and our campus in a creative way without showing a student all of our 20 plus programs that we have? Let them just see what they want to see. In addition to that, we also launched the Butler Tech Student Ambassador Program. Students submitted videos of why they wanted to be a student ambassador, and our student ambassadors are really our frontline promotion when it comes to giving appointment-only campus tours, when news and media come in, or when we have companies that want to do think tank panels and get thoughts from our students. Our student ambassadors are the first ones that we touch base with. There's a lot of things going on at Butler Tech. It's really exciting. We get to serve our students. We get to have a wide range of diversity through all of our communities throughout our organization. So that's just a little taste of what we're doing from a recruitment and retention perspective. If you want to learn more about it, you can go on our website and check out Butler Tech Live, or student ambassador programs, career labs, or career days, as well as the new 360 virtual goggle experience. Thank you.
Learning doesn't just happen on a computer screen or even just on a Butler Tech campus. Learning happens everywhere. What truly makes our students' passion come to life are Butler Tech's strong relationships with over 250 businesses through our Business Advisory Council. With the support of our partners, Butler Tech is able to design labs that fulfill workforce shortages, bridge skill gaps, and create an excellent return on the investment for students, the businesses, and the economy. Let's head over to our Mechatronics Lab and see these partnerships in action.
Hey guys, welcome to the Mechatronics Lab. Here to show you the Fairfield Township campus and hand it over to my lab instructor, Mr. Dave Campbell.
Hi, thanks for stopping by the Mechatronics Lab. Our program is a 2-year career technical program based in electromechanical technologies. The Mechatronics program focuses on electrical systems, the mechanical systems, and the integration of the two. Our program here is 2 years old, and it came up because the local business and industry community said that they needed robotics and automation specialists. And that's what our Mechatronic really does. Mechatronics program focuses on programming, designing, and manufacturing, and then building, both in additive manufacturing and traditional manufacturing, as well as design with CAD and other certain pieces of software to program systems. And we also have been working through our career technical student organization called FIRST Robotics, where we have 6 to 8 weeks to design and build a competitive robot that plays a game. And that contest was founded by a gentleman named Dean Kamen, who is widely respected as a really creative, innovative force in education. So our program along the way in the past 2 years, not only have we focused on designing this really cool curriculum, but our business partners also came and brought us some college partners. And what we found was that our colleges were needing some of those students to transition into the baccalaureate programs. And through this process, we've been able to actually cover the first 60 semester hours of an associate's degree, which actually is the completion of an associate's degree, while the students are enrolled here in high school. But that wouldn't have happened without the really creative and innovative partnerships that we've been able to develop through colleges as well as our business and industry partners. And so one of those business partners that we have here today is ThyssenKrupp Bilstein, and they are working with us to actually design and implement some of the robots that they're going to put into their factory floor. So we've brought with us some of the engineers as well as the president of ThyssenKrupp Bilstein North America, Mr. Fabian Schmal.
Hey guys, welcome to the Bilstein corner here at the Mechatronics Lab. So my name is Fabian Schmal. I'm working for ThyssenKrupp Bilstein of America. And we actually partnered with Dave's group together here. And right behind me, you actually can see a UR collaborative robot. So, which is some of the newer automation technologies. And at Bilstein, we really pride ourselves in new technologies. And here we're actually working with the Butler Tech students together to solve a real-world problem. So this is hopefully in a couple of months you will see this on our shop floor, and it will then help supporting building the best shock absorbers made in the world. And so the program is really exceptional from collaboration opportunity for the students to learn with our team. Our team members coming over here, supporting them, And then this way we really create win-win for industry, but also here for Butler Tech. And we actually started recently to hire multiple new employees are coming here from Butler Tech, some of them coming directly here as a program or working on Project Live and a couple of other activities we're doing with Butler Tech together. We're really a big fan. It's an awesome school, and we love the relationship and really grateful to be able to work with them together.
Hello, my name is Marnie Durham, and I proudly serve as the Assistant Superintendent here at Butler Tech. My focus is in workforce services. Everyone on our team serves on a Chamber of Commerce in the community so that we can make sure that businesses are influencing our classrooms. We want to have the most competitive students that we can so that they can go on to join the military, go straight into the workforce, or go on to college. And speaking of competitive graduates, my son is a student here in the Mechatronics program, so I'd like to turn it over to Jake Durham.
Hi, my name is Jake. I'm the CEO of the Mechatronics class here at Butler Tech. It is my job to kind of manage where we spend our time, from our college work to our business relationships to the first robotics competition that we participate in every year. And I kind of stand in between Mr. Campbell, our teacher, and the rest of the students, where they can come to me if they need anything answered on the direction or what they need to be working on. And it's set up that way to mirror business, so we can practice those soft skills like teamwork, and we're not just learning things like additive manufacturing or CAD or electronics.
Also, Jake is a student in the evenings at our adult education program, earning his EMT certification. So I'd like to introduce you to Nick Lindbergh, and Nick oversees our adult education program. So Nick?
Thanks, Marnie. Yes, our adult education division is another layer to career tech education here in Southwest Ohio. What we do is we take students and within 1 year give them an industry credential to go into the workforce. From there, we also work with companies to do customized training and upskill their workforce. Large companies we work with, just like Bill Stein, is AK Steel, Procter & Gamble, and Miller Coors. Through that, we also promote access for all students. Anybody who wants to earn an industry credential has an opportunity at Butler Tech Adult Education. We bring programs to the community for people who have issues with transportation, and we also bring it to rural and urban settings. We do a lot of bridge work from our secondary programs into our adult education programs, just like Jake, who is in this mechatronics program, also does EMT. We do a lot of fire and police connections over, and as well as healthcare. They can start their adventure here in healthcare and finish in our programs to become a nurse. From that, we work with secondary students to help showcases come alive. That's where we're going to turn it over to Claudia Hubbard in Cosmetology.
One evening in both the fall and spring, every Butler Tech student presents a curriculum-aligned passion project to an authentic audience of parents, community members, associate school leaders, business partners, and distinguished guests. Projects focus on content, impacting their community, and are not your normal science fair projects. Using our 4 strands of student voice that include content, culture, social-emotional, and metacognition, the students lead their audience through their learning experiences in a format that is fun, inspiring, and innovative. Our cosmetology students coordinated a series of makeovers for local women through Juliet's Hope, a women's recovery community. The students coordinated hair, makeup, and gathered donations for professional clothing the women could use for job interviews. But we didn't stop there. Our teachers partnered with our adult education programs to provide opportunities for the women to hone their skills and to re-enter the workforce. These lovely ladies attended tours, took skill assessments, participated in mock job interviews, and met with our workforce service department on local job opportunities. On the night of showcases, they walked the red carpet in our Cosmetology Lab and revealed their fresh look and outlook on life. We went further than just hair and nails. We collaborated to prepare individuals for workforce agility throughout their lifetime. And I have to tell you, this has been the single most rewarding experience of my educational career.
Career and technical programming provides lifelong opportunities that transforms the lives of our students, their communities, and the nation. Every pathway is aligned with a career technical student organization that provides great experiences and competitions for our students to explore their future careers. CTSOs, the Career Technical Student Organizations, are the sports teams of every CTE district. With this in mind, let's head over to Workforce Services to learn more.
Hello, my name is William Sprankles. I'm the Executive Director for Teaching and Learning here at Butler Tech, and welcome to our wonderful Workforce Services space. This space was designed a couple of years ago to allow outside agency, businesses, and companies to come in order to collaborate not only with our leadership team, with each other, but also with students to help them prepare for industry-related experiences. In the summertime, this space is used for our youth employment series, and we also utilize this space to train and prepare young people to compete and perform at their career technical student organizations. At Butler Tech, we have all career technical student organizations, ranging from Future Farmers of America to the Business Professionals of America to SAGE, which stands for Students for the Advancement of Global Entrepreneurship. Specifically in 2019, students from Butler Tech launched a company named JEE Foods, and that company competed at the SAGE World Cup competition, which took place in South Africa, and they won first place in the World Cup for their student-ran, owned, and operated company called JEE Foods. We encourage you to Google their company and check out more student entrepreneurship opportunities facilitated here by Butler Tech. Thank you.
According to the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization, 815 million people worldwide are food insecure. We're here in Hamilton, Ohio, handing out food that was donated and prepared yesterday to people in need.
Hamilton, Ohio has one of the highest ratings for food insecurity in the state. JEE Foods is our solution to the worldwide hunger and poverty epidemics. We are a student-run nonprofit organization based in the United States. Since the creation of JEE Foods, our team has presented at the United Nations 3 times on our solution to Sustainable Development Goals 1 and 2 of no poverty and zero hunger. At JEE Foods, we leverage the potential of food that would otherwise be discarded as a solution. Our organization takes donated food from local and national partners and reprocesses it to extend its shelf life without losing nutritional value. Our goal is to provide low-cost meals to those in need that promote a healthy lifestyle. To address the lack of jobs, our organization provides low-income individuals the chance to work at our location in exchange for food. At the same time, employees earn food safety certifications, which will increase their opportunity for future employment. One of the main goals of JEE Foods is to partner with community organizations that share our goal and vision. We are now headed to the Haven House, which provides temporary food and shelter to families in crisis. One of the most rewarding aspects of doing what we do is hearing the stories of those we help, such as Melody.
So we have become homeless due to human trafficking. So we came here, a safe place to live, eating food and shelter.
Hearing Melody's story reminds us of the tremendous impact we can have and inspires us to work towards ending the poverty cycle and improving the lives of our community members. So please, join us in our mission to starve out hunger.
Hi, I'm Megan Reed. I'm a workforce strategist here at Butler Tech. I also am the co-coordinator for the 5th Day Experience. Welcome to the room where the 5th Day Experience was born. A couple years ago, the administrators got together on a snow day, trying to discuss some of the problems and issues that we were finding and some of the dreams that we had for our students. And it seemed the common thread was the fact that there just wasn't enough time for those things to happen. So out of that discussion, the administrators figured out that we could recalculate the calendar, move some days around, add some days, take some days away from breaks, and all of a sudden, we had some extra Fridays that we could organize for students to come in and create their own flexible schedule. That turned into the 5th Day Experience. We have students that are getting to experience things that are outside of their normal curriculum of their program. So for example, we offer driver's education. This is huge for students that want to participate in work-based learning, but they haven't had time to actually get their license. We have 75 students that are able to take advantage of that this year, so that's really exciting. We also have some additional certifications that students are taking advantage of. Like a student that's in culinary can go to the welding lab and they can learn how to weld and receive some certification starts to that. We also have students that are, well, you know what? Let's just hear from one of our students.
Hey there! So you're definitely wondering, what's the 5th day experience? It's probably more than wondering, right? But don't worry, let's go cover some details. Learning is everywhere, and through the Butler Tech 5th day experience, I can be outside the classroom 1 day a week. Is it supposed to do that? For my 5th day experience, I get to choose what I want to do. I can work or intern with a company. I can go on college visits, or volunteer and grow my passion. My 5th day experience can be whatever I want it to be and can happen anywhere. The 5th day experience is designed to allow me to choose whatever piques my curiosity and fosters a love of learning for my passion. Look at all those options. I can choose a 5th day experience on or off a Butler Tech campus. Busing is provided for students who are bus riders, and student drivers can continue to drive to their experiences on or off campus. Also, regular school meals are provided. Even though I'm not required to participate in the 5th day experience, it would give me opportunities to grow outside of the normal classroom setting. You play a huge role in ensuring your Butler Tech student has an incredible 5th day experience. This will be a powerful time of growth for us, and your student will need your encouragement to make the most of it.
Looks great.
Taking you to Flavortown.
Sounds good.
I know you probably have a few more questions, so check out the Butler Tech 5th day experience website for more information. Let's leave on one thought. If you could go back, what would you have done with your 5th day experience in high school?
As CTE rapidly expands across the globe, Butler Tech has been committed to creating more inclusive, accessible, equitable, and diverse programming and in our organization. Our commitment to IAD often leads us to non-traditional partnerships and to sharing our innovations with the world. As you can see, our alumni are our success. Let's check in with one of our recent graduates, Amitaj Kaur.
My name's Amitaj Kaur, and I'm a 2019 Butler Tech program graduate. When I tell you Butler Tech changed my life, I'm literally not exaggerating. A Butler Tech advisor approached me and told me, "One day you're going to change the world." I told her she was exaggerating, but deep down I wondered if that was going to be true. And by going through Butler Tech programs, I realized she was on the right track. By competing in Butler Tech programs, not only did I get to travel the entire United States, but I also learned skills that are going to last me an entire lifetime. And through competing in a Butler Tech program, I was named one of the first women in my county through that competition to win a spot at the White House, where I got to meet the president and vice president. These memories are going to last me a lifetime, and as an alumni, I see that even more. Currently, I'm a sophomore at Miami University, and when applying for a college, these Butler Tech programs allowed me to receive a full ride scholarship from Miami University. And more recently, the skills that I developed allowed me this past February to be appointed to Miami's Board of Trustees by Ohio Governor Mike DeWine. None of this would have been possible had Butler Tech not believed in me when I was a freshman in high school.
Hi, welcome to Coleraine High School. We're in front of our diesel program here. I believe I have a student, Savannah, who would like to say a few words about diesel.
Hi, welcome to Diesel. Being a girl in this field is unique, but I love it. We help keep the trucks in America going, and due to COVID, that is helping people's livelihoods keep going. Some of the things that you can get from this program is an ASCE certification, and some of the options after this program, you can go do secondary school, which is college, or go straight into the field with said ASCE certifications.
Welcome to our Criminal Justice and Forensics Academy. What they're doing today, some of our cadets are working on 3D models using modeling clay. We really pride ourselves on our real-world learning. And a couple of things that really contribute to our real-world learning are our partnerships that we create. One is with Cincinnati Police Department, with the Cincinnati Youth Cadet Program, where they hire our cadets and they work 30 hours a week all summer long for approximately $11 an hour roughly. Another one is the United States Secret Service. We have secret agents that come into our classroom, and they do a 4-part series with the cadets to teach them the career pathway of the United States Secret Service. Another part that we really are proud of with our hands-on learning and real-world experience is our unique crime scene scenario house. Inside this crime scene scenario house, the crime scene will change weekly and sometimes bi-weekly. But the students are able to come in here, use real-world learning, real-world tools to process the crime scene. And after they're finished with that as a group, the really cool thing is we have an in-house mini lab. They can actually just mere steps away from processing the crime scene. They can take these items over to the lab where they will process these items, again, using real-world tools, chemicals, and techniques that they can polish up on, which really gives them the full real-world learning. When they're finished in the crime lab, they actually come over to our flexible seating area where they can work and finish up their paperwork, draw their crime scene diagram, and finish up the entire crime scene process. Another thing that's really unique about this program that we take a lot of pride in is our diversity. When we break down this academy, we have approximately 50 students. We break that down, we have 22 males, 18 females, and when we break it down even further, we have approximately 18 Caucasians, 13 African American. We have 4 from Mexico and Puerto Rico. We have a few one from Nepal, one from Ireland, one from China, Morocco. And we really like that because the diversity in this classroom also reflects the diversity that we really like to see in our police departments throughout the nation. Because after all, we feel like criminal justice is cool in any language.
In Moroccan, a shorte rakia.
In Spanish, la justicia criminal es genial.
In Nepali, tapai rupani criminal justice join garnois.
Hello, and welcome to Butler Tech. My name is Michael Albrecht. I'm the supervisor of Butler Tech's transition programs, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about Project Life and Project Search, 2 programs that help young adults with disabilities find and keep a job. These award-winning programs have been serving this at-risk population for over 13 years and are a big part of why Southwest Ohio is considered a hotbed for transition services in education. In Project Life and in Project Search, we serve our student interns through providing authentic learning experiences in the real workplace. So our student interns go out into the community and do jobs in anywhere from restaurants like Eli's Bar and Grill to several area hospitals to manufacturing centers like ThyssenKrupp Bilstein. In Project Life and in Project Search, we believe strongly that everyone deserves to live a dignified life. And this is what fuels our passion for the work that we do. One of the secret ingredients to our success is that we bring high expectations for every individual that enters our program. And many of these individuals have led a life of over-accommodation from well-meaning professionals and folks in their lives. But we find that when we ask them to do so, they rise to the challenge. Project Life, which was created by Butler Tech in 2007, has actually become an international phenomenon at this point, being replicated across the country in over 20 classrooms and now beginning to in Canada as well. We're very proud of this expansion and the additional services that we're able to provide to students all across the country and now all across the world soon. Let's hear from some of the interns in our programs since they can tell their story best. Next, we're going to share a video with you from one of our work sites, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Very first time when we started there, I was pretty nervous, but when you get used to it. The thing I like is that I can help do the eyes. I am learning being a good worker.
I am proud of myself.
I'm being a good worker at Project Life.
It's a little bit different than high school. It feels good being in Project Life.
future, I would like to live on my own and have a job. I have learned how to properly handle the food.
My favorite thing to do is actually vacuum. It's easy. It's fun, but it's hard work. In the first day I was nervous, but now I'm getting it now.
I feel grateful to be in Project Life. I learn so much around here. I measure the fries in a certain weight. Also, I did clean some dishes. So you learn about your full potential of your true work skills.
Operating with the ideals of inclusion, access, equity, and diversity embedded into our CTE mission and our strategic plan, Butler Tech is revolutionizing education by fighting for students and community members that are often marginalized.
Thank you. Thanks for visiting with us today at Butler Tech. We hope you had an opportunity to see some of the great things happening. We wish you all well and safe travels. We look forward to sharing with you some more things that are happening in career tech education across the nation. We look forward to the Q&A session, which we'll see you in just a bit. Meanwhile, check out some things that are happening as our students introduce our documentary.
The Education Revolution follows the stories of 4 Butler Tech students as they share their passion, purpose, and the impact of an innovative education system on their futures. The documentary is about the inspiration educators get from our students striving to be their best. It is about the outcomes and opportunities of an education system that is built around student voice and choice. But overall, it is an example of how public education can be from all students across America. The Education Revolution is for the students and educators who are working to transform the public education system. This is our why.
I just don't think that a school should be somewhere where you go and sit in the classroom all day and learn the same repetitive things over and over again.
I definitely wasn't pushed enough in my school. I feel like the diversity we have is not nearly enough. I really don't know that many Black superheroes. I want people to see their race in a way that they've never seen them before.
Like, nobody thinks about it. If you don't have somebody that's special needs in your family, if you don't have somebody that's deaf, you don't think about what they go through when trying to get help. My goal this year is to get a prototype, my gym-proof hearing aid. I'm here for the people that are often overlooked.
I would say my 5-year goal is making $250,000 to $500,000. I don't think it's really an age thing. It's more of a maturity level and where you want to be in life and where you're at right now.
I really want to write and record and put out a whole EP this year.
It looks like you hate it. If you're not smiling and not moving, it looks like you're miserable.
I doubt a lot of my own decisions and stuff with music. I'll just write a song and then I'll be working on it, listening to it over and over for hours. And then in my head, I'm like, no one's gonna like this. Just start over. No one's gonna like this.
I keep telling myself I can do it.
Of the local hospital, and 12 students might not return to in-person classes at all.
The system doesn't work for over 1 million students who drop out. They're not finding their passion. They're not finding their purpose. The death of the American public education system is at stake. And so we need to embed something that is a catalyst for change.
Looks like we have some questions coming in. The first question, let me get here. Can you explain your school schedule and how your 5th day experience fits into it? Executive Director William Sprankles, can you handle this one?
I would love to. Thank you for the question. The short answer is
We've gone through a couple of iterations of how fifth day experience fits inside our calendar. The first year, it was actually 15 extra school days. So students were experiencing 15 days above and beyond those 185 days. The second year, which is this year, we've actually embedded those 15 Fridays into the school day to compare and contrast our design cycles. And we're currently in the middle of designing next year's calendar. And our current hope and our current goals and ambitions are to expand fifth day experience to be every single Friday next school year is the direction of our current vision. For more research, anyone that's interested can go to our Butler Tech website and you'll find a sub-page dedicated to the fifth day experience that outlines all of our research, all of our plans, and all of our documents.
Fantastic, thank you. Another question coming in. How can we see the application process and what it's like? Is there enough spaces for all students that apply? And if not, how are students selected? Recruitment coordinator, Matt King, can you handle this one?
Yeah, that's a great question. Hold on, we're going to mute that. So currently, we do not look at grades, attendance. We want to see how bad a student wants to come here, so they fill out an application if they live within district. We look to make them not behind grade level, but once they meet criteria for interview, meaning they're not behind grade level, then 100% of them moving forward in the Butler Tech journey is an in-person interview. Right now with COVID, they have the option to do the virtual interview as well. And it's out of 40 points, 20 points come from the district office. The other half come from the instructor, and we just score them accordingly. And then we move into second and third round. Most of our programs, we take about 25 to 27 students per teacher, depending on. So yeah, the stat that I made in the beginning, we had about 3,000 students last year apply for roughly 800 spots. Those are for our 5 campuses. We also have teachers in our associate schools as well. Did that cover the question?
Yeah, fantastic. Another question coming in. How does Butler Tech connect with K through 12 throughout the region? Assistant Superintendent Durham, can you handle this?
Yes, thank you so much for the question. We pride ourselves on the hashtag #OneButlerTech. We shared in the video that we have 5 campuses, but 2/3 of our classes are actually in 11 school districts. And what we do is we have satellite supervisors that each take a region, and they work with the staff at the satellite to determine what those schools need. We go all the way down to 7th grade. We also work with our business advisory council so that all of our pathways are driven by need. And we have conversations with every district to ask what is their need that year so that we can ensure that our pathways and programmings are based on the different communities that we serve. So please reach out if you'd like more information on how we solidify the relationships that we have with our 11 school districts. Again, we are One Butler Tech, and we're proud to be a part of Butler County.
Fantastic. Another question coming in. Can you give us a quick overview of how you serve adults? Adult Education Director Nick Lindberg, can you handle that one?
Yes, so we serve most of our adult population are 20 to 30-year-olds. Realistically, their whole goal is to earn their industry credential in less than a year and go into the workforce. That is what we do as soon as possible. So it's really like speed and career opportunities. Right now, all of our positions are in demand, and we have more businesses reaching out for more students than we can produce in a timely manner. Most of our industry students in welding and IMT, industrial maintenance technology, are placed in the workforce before they walk out of here. Our nursing program and healthcare with our local providers is booming as well. We have more applicants than seats available, especially with social distancing. We also try to reach out and help. Our goal, when I say help, is access for all. If you want to learn and earn a credential and move into the workforce, our doors are open, and we do whatever possible to get you into the program. We find eligible funds through grants, whether they're federal, state, or even local business partnerships to get all students through our programs. So we're real passionate about that.
Great. A question coming in, Superintendent Graff, could you explain how you consider equity in the application process?
Happy to do so. First, as Matt had mentioned, we do not look at attendance, grades, or discipline data when students are applying for our programs. We know they're in very high demand. We also do not have any understanding or designation of a student that's on an IEP during the interview process. And we're proud to report that through that application process, when we look at grit and tenacity of the student and their passion and desire to want to succeed, that our program enrollment reflects our community very, very well. And in many instances exceeds the demographics in making sure that we're having students that are reflective of the community. And especially in the marginalized populations, we want to make sure that that those students are represented in our classrooms. And so I think we've done a very good job. We've gone away with that norm that you have to look at a particular score, a particular grade point average. And it's really opened up opportunities for a lot of students that may not have thought that career tech education was an option for them.
Fantastic. Another question coming in. Let's see here. Can someone from the JEE Foods program, would they be able to present information at a Family and Consumer Science Teachers Conference in Champaign, Illinois this July? Instructional coach Allison Fullhart.
Hello, thank you for that question. I can definitely talk to their teacher, Tom O'Neill, and see what we can do as far as student schedules go. I'm actually going to be meeting with them on Monday morning to celebrate a student showcase they just hosted last week. We're going to reflect on that a little bit and celebrate their successes. So during that time on Monday morning, I will ask for some information. If you would like to email us some details about the conference, I'll be happy to present that to them Monday morning.
Perfect. I love the connection. Another question coming in here. With such a demand by industry for employees, how does Butler Tech ensure students fully complete their awards before being pulled into industry? Campus Principal Kristen Abudakar.
Great job. Thanks for the question. And that is a demand that we have. And thankfully with our business partners through our co-ops and internships, they want them out as early as possible. We need to make sure though that they get their foundational skills and meet those credentials before we put them out there, both because that's important to our own internal measures and they provide graduation pathways for our students. So working closely with those business partners, we establish those norms. And again, we do everything to expedite that, but it's definitely a real need. They need students in the pipeline and we try to get them in as quickly as possible.
Great. Next question. Can you elaborate on your idea of student voice? I think this question is probably best answered by instructional coach Heather Lieberman.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that question. So a student voice for us is 4 threads. So our instructors and students sort of live with those 4 threads through the curriculum, the classroom each day. So the threads of voice include content, so the meat of the curriculum, metacognition, so the students are thinking through their process, their shifts, what does they have to make through their learning process. Then there's a social emotional thread, which is how are they feeling through the process of learning and how they're processing that internally, and that can affect sort of their focus on learning. And then the frame that kind of goes around all of that is the fourth thread of student voice, which is culture. And culture is, where is that student coming from? What is their background, either focusing their perspective on what they're learning, or maybe even why they came to learn that particular thing with Butler Tech. So it may be a family background, a culture, a community, a school culture, that frames that voice for them. So we just feel that embedding and thinking about those four aspects around student voice really adds value to the process of learning.
I agree. See if we have some more questions on here. With your rapid growth, how do you adapt your facilities to match the industry standards? David Plotz, Director of Operations.
Yes, good afternoon. Thanks for that question. At our facilities, we are constantly getting input from our business advisory groups direct to our programs. So each of our programs is constantly getting feedback about what they need to look like to support students that are coming out into business and industry. So based upon that, we put together an annual plan to improve all of our facilities. We do a combination of district funds along with philanthropy, and we ask for donations from business and industry as well to help support those programs.
Fantastic. Next question. Despite amazing programs in schools like those at Butler Tech, CTE still struggles with the stigma. How are you working to address this? Superintendent?
Yeah, thank you, Amanda, for the question, and whoever brought that question to us. It's amazing after you watched the tour that someone would still have this thought that career tech education is somewhat less than. And I know that there are tons of career tech centers across the nation that are doing really amazing work on behalf of students and communities. So what I would say is really those folks that are on the call today, those that are hearing this message, the best way of being able to break this stigma that career tech education has had over the period of years is really begin sharing the message of what you saw today. And I also think that the best storytellers are our students. The results we're seeing with our students and the progress they're making, whether they're going directly into the workforce, military, or whether they're heading off into college, or they're actually obtaining their associate's degree before they leave high school. I think it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time for them to begin sharing with the community the great things that are happening throughout the nation in career tech education.
Perfect. Last question. How can I get information on bringing Project Search to my campus? Michael Albrecht.
Well, thank you. What a fantastic question. Project Search is actually a program that was developed nearby here at Cincinnati Children's Hospital and Medical Center, and they have a website, which is projectsearch.us. But you also heard a little bit in our program earlier about Project Life, which is sort of a partner sister program to that we developed here at Butler Tech. So if you might also be interested in exploring Project Life coming to your area, there's a website you can go to for lots of great information on that as well. And it is btprojectlife.org. So check out those two resources. Thank you.
Fantastic. Actually, I have one more question that is really good, and I want to squeeze it in there. The question is, how does funding your program work? And second part to the question is, do you get Perkins and district funds? And does the adult tuitions assist in funding the high school programs? Let's have William Sprinkles answer this.
Thank you for the question. And I'll have Nick Lindbergh. He's going to follow my answer to provide clarity around the adult education component of that question. So there's multiple streams of funding. Yes, we do have Perkins funds that come into our district. We also have funding that comes into our district based off of Ohio State legislation. And so for us, currently that's a fixed funding model. However, there is opportunities for different tiers of funding based upon the number of students that are enrolled in very particular different programs. So engineering is funded different than a family consumer science is funded. And those funding streams, our district has a team of folks that stay closely connected to legislative aides and legislative advocates to constantly stay in tune, along with our school board and our superintendent, to really press for the most opportunistic and fair funding for families and students.
Perfect.
Adult, do you want me to finish with adult ed? We work with the Workforce Opportunities Act. So WIOA funding, we get Pell Grants, we do government loans through FAFSA, the GI Bill for Title IV funds or programs for veterans, definitely Perkins 5 and state subsidies, how adult ed's funded. Once I said, if any student needs financial help, we have many opportunities. We work with other local partners for even special funding for students, even if you're in need of more loans or grants.
Fantastic. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. If you're interested in the recording of today's visit, it will be posted on both ACTE and Butler Tech's website by tomorrow. Thank you all so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed your tour. I know I did. And a huge thank you to Butler Tech for giving us a small look at your wonderful CTE programs. Happy CTE month, everyone.
And thank you, Amanda, for being a host, and the congratulations on being Teacher of the Year. And you were fantastic. We certainly appreciate the hospitality you gave us. Great job.
Thank you.
The stream has ended.